And welcome to another live unboxing. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are. Andrew back again. It is Saturday, May 18th, 2024. It is 10:02 a.m. Pacific time here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hope everybody had a good week and a lot of stuff on the way on the channel. We've got a good one today. We have a double unboxing. Again, I think this might be the third in a row. We're trying to get these out the door. Pretty good stuff here. We got the Lenovo IdeaPad Pro 5i 2024. This thing might be one of the best deals right now on a 16-inch laptop for creators and so forth. $1,500 at Costco. I'm not affiliated with Costco, but I did put a link anyway, because that's going to give you the RTX 4050. You're getting the Core 9 Ultra 185H, and below it I have here the ThinkBook. And we'll get to that secondarily. We'll get to that second unboxing. It's the ThinkBook 13x Gen 4. Now, this one is a super ultra light laptop that caught my interest over at CES when I got a look at it back in December. And I liked what I saw as far as the build, the portability, the overall display and everything in it. It's a 3:2 aspect ratio. It's really, really nice. So we're going to get to that as well today. And I also have some other stuff here. I did get the ThinkPad X1 2-in-1 finally into the studio. I might even do a live unboxing and initial testing tomorrow, so stay tuned. That might be happening. Let me see if we can get everything organized within the time frame. And then I will be attending Dell Technology World starting on Monday. And that, of course, will have some announcements. Of course, I will not say anything yet. And then we know some big announcements are coming this week. So stay tuned. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You don't want to miss anything. I got a lot of stuff. And then starting June 3rd, I will be in Taiwan. I will be doing Computex, and I will be checking out all the new stuff in Taipei that's going to be offered for this year. So just check it all out. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Now, we have, let's see, we have, I don't even know how many we have here. We have 42 of you watching. Hopefully there's some interest here. Good to see Nessa. How are you? Good to see you again. Good to see Bill. You do great reviews, but you should mention max resolution for external displays. It's a good suggestion. Thank you. Good to see our good buddy, Mr. Rainbow Loves Coffee. Hello there. Good to see Neobium 777. Okay. And I'm late. Yes, I am late, One Bad Van. Yeah, you're going to have to write me up for that one. Just get the LG Gram 17 matte. Speaking of LG Gram, I should have my review up next week on the 16 Pro. It's a pretty good one, by the way. Good to see our buddy and moderator, William Cohen. How are you? Thank you for once again being here. Dimitri already reviewed the 13X. Okay, we got to check that out. If you have a link, put it in the chat so we can share it with everybody. So it's definitely available in the US site. Yes, I had originally, sorry for the little mix up, and thanks to Dean Thompson, who pointed out that I had the Canadian site for whatever reason. So yeah, it didn't look right as far as the ThinkBook 13X. The prices seemed a little high. And then I realized once he told me that, and I went back, starts at about $1,100. We'll get into the price and everything. And he will catch it later. So thank you, Dean, for catching that. And we have Burr Banana here. Yeah, so I see you bought something, the 7440 Latitude, which is going to be pretty good. I liked it. I remember that pretty well. So if we have time, we could talk about it, but good to see you as always. So we have about 45 of you. So let's get ready here. We're going to do the IdeaPad, and then we'll do the ThinkBook, okay? And let's put this over here. Let's get to the specs of this, and then we'll get it out of the box. So the specs are here, as you can see. Now, this is a pretty interesting device, and I'll show you in a minute price-wise and where you can get it. But this is a pretty nice one. 16-inch display here, 2K resolution, 2048 by 1280. That's a pretty interesting resolution. I don't know if I've seen that particular resolution before. It's an OLED display, which you know I'm a huge fan of. It's a glare, so I guess it means means it does have some glare you'll have to contend with. OLED displays. Touch, of course, HDR 500 display. 100% DCI-P3. 400 nits standard dynamic range, 120 hertz. So OLED 120 hertz, you know, you've already got my attention here. Intel Core Ultra 9 185H. That is pretty nice. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050. I think we have a total of 115 watts total TDP on this laptop, and we'll get all the numbers there. Up to 32 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM, running at 7467 mega transfers per second. And then there's the 1 terabyte of storage, 84 watt hour battery. Now, it does have Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.1 according to their specs, so it would have been great to have Wi-Fi 7, but again, a price point we'll see in a moment. As you can see here, it's $14.99. I'm not going to complain too much here. It's going to come in at 1.95 kilograms or 4.3 pounds. It's got an IR camera, full HD. That's always good, and you can log in with face recognition. It's got a shutter switch for privacy. I like that. You're looking at Dolby Atmos speakers. It looks like there are two 2-watt speakers on this. Arctic gray color, and then we'll get into the ports in a moment. And then you can go over to Lenovo's website here, and you can see it starts at $11.59, but I don't know if that's the one you want to go with, because if you go over here at Costco, and again, I'm not affiliated, so I'm not making any money on this, but I want to give you the best, value possible and find out where you can get it. Hopefully it'll stay in stock, but look at this, $14.99, so it's $1,500. You're getting a Core Ultra 9, you're getting this 2K OLED 120 hertz display, and you're getting the RTX 4050. So this is a pretty interesting laptop here, and especially for the price to performance ratio. I'm very, very impressed with that. So those are the specs. We'll get to your comments and questions in a moment, but let's get it out of the box. Let's see if it's worth the $1,500. We have the one that you can get at Costco. It's the one that Lenovo sent over. And again, before we get into it, I'm not being paid. I'm not being sponsored by Lenovo. All the opinions are about the year are my own. Lenovo is not getting copy approval. They're not going to, obviously this is live, but when I do my full review, they will not be given copy approval. So with that being said, let's get this out of the box. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff here. Let's see what we have. Let's check out the power charger. All right, so it's got a little bit of a wax paper on here. Let's get this off here. See if we can peel it off with our fingers. If not, I'll use my knife. I don't want to cut anything, scratch anything. Packaging is not going to be the premium. It's not going to be like the Yoga 9i or whatever that we looked at. But I'll tell you what, the 9i Pro. But we're not here for the packaging. We're here for what's inside the packaging, right? So it's 170 watt USB. Well, it's 170 watt proprietary connection charger right here. So 170 watt. We've seen this one from Lenovo before. You get your power cord, of course. So let's put that to the side. We're going to use that. And then we get some warranty information and notice about the Copilot and stuff like that. And then you get a setup guide and instructions and so forth. Your IdeaPad Pro 5i, yada, yada, yada. Wow, that looks pretty nice. Now, this is the Arctic gray. You can see it here. This is what the front looks like, and this is the underside right there. And then you can see it here. So I like this all-metal build. It feels premium. It feels really solid. Let's see, you know, the useless test of the day here. Yeah, you can certainly open it with one finger. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a guide here telling you that it has the power connector there, the function shortcuts, always on USB port, and all that stuff there. Okay, and you get some more information right there. Okay. And there she is. So right away, you notice the numpad. William, let me know, is that correctly laid out? I think it is from my initial look at it, but you're the expert on that, not me. The smile-shaped keys we know and love from Lenovo. You could also see this gorgeous, absolutely freaking gorgeous OLED display. Wow, I was not expecting that on this IdeaPad. That looks absolutely stunning, ladies and gentlemen. It's just popping right now. I don't know if it's the wallpaper, but wow. That looks pretty nice. Now, you can see the backlight on this, and I got to tell you, this looks really nice. Now, one thing you will notice here, there is the shutter switch, and there's a little sticker. Let's pull that off here. That tells you basically that there's a shutter switch. Okay. Really, really good stuff. Let's see how far back this goes. Not quite 180 degrees, but gets pretty close. It goes back as far as you see there. Hinge feels pretty good. Not too much screen wobble. That's good. Let's see about the build here. Not too much flex on the keyboard deck. Pretty good in terms of the screen lid here. Let's see if there's... Not much. I got to tell you, build quality looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I got to tell you, this display looks really nice. Let's get a quick look at the ports here. Let me move this out of the way. So let's line this up over here. All right, so you get on the left side your power port in, again, 170 watt charger included here. HDMI 2.1. You get a USB Type-C 3.2, and then you get a USB Type-C Thunderbolt 4. So that's pretty good. And it is a properly laid out numpad according to William, so thank you for that. Oh, look at that. Great to see a full-size SD card reader. So nice to see that full-size SD card reader, that's for sure. You get a 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone combo jack and 2 USB Type-A ports. And I don't have any complaints here, folks. Impressive port selection. Full-size SD card. Now, let's take a look to see if it sticks out, how far it sticks out. It's flush. I don't know. We're going to find out right now. So here's my Pro grade SD card. Yeah, it sticks out about 3/4 of the way, as you can see there. So it sticks in about 1/4 of the way, and this 3/4 sticking out. So for those that are wondering, you know, I'm happy that it's there, so I'm not going to complain. But I would have liked to have seen this flush with the unit. But I'm not, that's a nitpick. That's not a big deal, but just one little thing I noticed. But I do love having full-size SD card readers, as you may know. So that is really good port selection. Let's take a look at the keyboard before we get a measurement of the weight. Let's give it a listen. Feels pretty good. And this is a properly laid out numpad according to William, so that's good. Good to see Nadine here. Hope you're doing well. I know you've been here a couple of times. I haven't got a chance to really say hello, but there you go. It's good to see Nadine here. Let's get you onto the screen here. Wow, that is impressive. I got to tell you, it is, Nadine. Good afternoon from CJ by Steps, Andrew, and everybody from Zaragoza, Spain. ¿Cómo estás, my friend? Benvenido. All right, so packaging is awful. Yeah, well, we're not here for the packaging, like I said. Good to see Platine Aviation. Low res on the 16-inch, sadly. I don't know. This thing looks pretty impressive to me. I got to tell you, this looks really good. I mean, you got to see this. Now, it is glossy. I do have a lot of studio lights, so just bear that in mind, but it is pretty glossy. All right, so let's get a measurement of the weight here. So let's put this down over here. Let's turn this on. And by the way, it is, I think, a touch display, but I'll double check that in a moment. Don't let me forget. So right now, let's make sure it's on 0. Yep, kilograms. And let's get it with just the unit alone. We're looking at 2 pounds, 0.1 kilograms. Or rather, let's do that over. You're looking at 2.001 kilograms, and that would be in pounds. Let's get there. 4 pounds, 6.6 ounces. Now, with the power charger and the power cord, you're looking at 5 pounds, 8.4 ounces, and that would be 2.506 kilograms all in. And you know what? Packs a little bit of weight here, but you know, you're also packing a little bit of a punch under the hood. So that is pretty good in my book. Not too shabby. All right. So that is the weight on this unit. And let's take a look at the display again. I want to make sure if this is a touch display, and it is, as you can see. I don't know. I don't think it has pen support. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But it does have a little bit of screen wobble. Again, not as much as some other laptops, but it is, you know, there is some screen wobble. Now, one thing I want to get a look at is, let's put it back over here. I want to see it next to the Yoga Pro 9i, and this one has the mini LED, and you can see the difference between the two. They're both 16 inches. So this is the Yoga Pro on top here. So you can see their footprint is very, very close to one another. You can see that the Yoga Pro, which is on the top there, does have a little bit. It is a little bit thinner than than this one, and then here you can see them side by side. And actually, I like to do it this right side up here. You can see them here. So they're pretty. The thickness is a little bit different, like I said, but overall very similar. Both have an all-metal design. You notice the communication bar on the Yoga Pro 9i. This is one of my favorites. This has a mini LED display. This one has OLED. So just pick what you like. Now, I think this is a mini LED, 165 hertz refresh rate. This is 120 hertz. So pretty nice overall. And then you can see them here. And then when we open them up to see how they stack up to one another, the situation is pretty similar in a lot of ways in terms of the keyboard layout. As you can see, on the left is this IdeaPad. On the right is the Yoga Pro 9i. So you can see the difference, the IdeaPad Pro, Yoga Pro. So those are some of the differences. Again, mini LED versus OLED, which is here, and you can see them here. Pretty nice stuff here. And let me make sure that is in focus there. These are the two. So I just wanted to point that out because I know some of you might have been wondering what the differences are between the two. Here is one here on the right and on the left. And of course, very similar footprint. Let me know what you think all about it. Let me see in the comments. Lenovo Pro, Lenovo Novus. Okay, hi. Okay, so there's what we're looking at so far. Again, a little bit of screen wobble on this one as well. So, in fact, I think this one may have even more screen wobble than this one, which is a little surprising. So, this one can go back all the way down, and then this one can go back as far as there. Not quite as far back, but goes far back pretty well, you know, as far back as it goes. A little less screen wobble on the IdeaPad Pro. So pretty interesting. All right, we're going to get a look at this one again a little bit later. Just wanted to show you the size comparison between the two. So that's this. I think let's get the ThinkBook out of the box, and then we'll start benchmarking these. So let me put this off to the side here. We'll get back to that in a moment. So let's bring out the other one. So this is from the ThinkBook range. And again, we'll do some benchmarking and all that, of course, so don't worry. This is the ThinkBook 13x. So this one, again, is available with a Core Ultra 9, but I got the one, I think, with the Core Ultra 5, 125H. You could also get this with a force pad. I don't know if mine has the force pad or a haptic touchpad. This one might have the regular. I don't know. This is the one they sent over. So like you, we'll find out. We'll get it out of the box. So let's keep it moving and let's keep going. All right. So let's get the specs on the screen here. Now, before we get to that, of course, make sure you hit the like button. We want to get this spread out over YouTube. Now, this one is pretty interesting, folks. Lenovo ThinkBook 13x Gen 4. It's a 13.5-inch display, 2.8K resolution, 2880 by 1920. And of course, that is a 3:2 aspect ratio. And get this, 120 hertz, which is nice, 500 nits of brightness. You can get a Core Ultra 5, 125H, Core Ultra 9, 185H. Intel Arc graphics. I don't know if the Core Ultra 5 has it. I'm curious to see if it's just regular integrated graphics from Intel, because I don't know if it supports that. I don't know. But that's what the specs say. Up to 32 gigabytes of, look at this, LPDDR5X 8400 megahertz or 8400 mega transfers per second, I guess, if you want to say that. That means that this is probably the fastest RAM we've seen to date, right? I have not seen it that fast, and that's how high this is going. Dual channel memory, up to 1 terabyte of SSD storage, M.2 PCIe Gen 4, 74 watt-hour battery on a 13-inch laptop here is pretty impressive. I think we're going to see good battery life. I'm anticipating that. Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3. Okay, and then let's keep going here. Size-wise, we're looking at 1.24 kilograms or 2.7 pounds. Full HD resolution on the camera. IR camera. I should say full HD, not HD. I think that's my mistake. Full HD IR camera, as I mentioned, Windows Solo recognition. Now, this is going to have quad speakers, Harman Kardon Tune, Dolby Atmos. You know I'm a big fan of that. Dual tone lunar gray is the color. It's made out of CNC machined aluminum, by the way. And it's got 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports and a headphone jack. So it's going to be a little light on the ports, but not too surprising on an ultralight here. And price as tested, looks like it's $1,100 or so, and then you can max it out. I think it goes to about I think it says here $1,489. That might be the Canadian price. I think I might have a mistake here, but I think it comes out to around $1,400 all said and done. I have links for everything in the description below. So we'll get to your comments and questions. Let's get this out of the box. Pretty impressive packaging here. This is very similar to what we saw on the ThinkPad, the Z series, and of course the others higher end laptops. So I'm happy to see that with the ThinkBook range. I think this is sugarcane bamboo material, so good for the environment as well. But before we open that up, let's check out the power charger they give you. And this one, pretty compact. So that's pretty impressive here. And look at this, they give us the Magic Bay. Oh, this is great. So this is going to have the Magic Bay. Let's see what else they give you. So remember, we looked at the Magic Bay, and this is the light that we can attach. We looked at some of them back at CES, so I forgot about that. Nice to see that here. Very impressive. All right. That looks like everything in this inner box here. So we'll get to that Magic Bay in a moment, but let's take a look at which charger they give us here. Let me open that up. Again, they put wax paper on here. If I can figure out how to open this up, okay. Got to peel this off, I guess. Wow, I'm happy to see that Magic Bay light. And again, there's different modules that you can get for this. You know, I like these little surprises every now and then. All right, so 65 watts. Pretty compact. It's going to be USB Type-C. We've seen this one before. Let's put that to the side. And then, of course, the unit itself. Okay, is there lagging? Oh, come on. Are you serious? Hopefully it's going to recover here. All right, we get the ThinkBook 13x Gen 4. And that's some instructions. You get, what is this? Copilot, warranty, yada, yada, yada. We know the drill. And then, of course, everything falls. Then we get the unit itself. Okay, wow, that looks nice. Holy cow, that is gorgeous. All right, let's take a look at this. So this is that two-tone that I like from the ThinkBook line. Obviously, you can see this is the two-tone Luna Gray, I believe, or Arctic Gray, something like that. I think it's the color here. Again, looks pretty nice, as you can see here. Rock solid build, I gotta tell you. Wow, this is so light. We're gonna get a measurement, but I love this. There's that Lenovo Magic Bay right there. You can see that there. And this Magic Bay, and let's take this out here. This will stick magnetically to the pogo pins. So you can go like this, boom, there it goes. And you can see the light. The light will be on there. We'll take a look at it, but this is what it looks like when it's connected. So I'm happy Lenovo included that in the box there. I'm assuming it's coming standard. I don't know, but I like that it just pops on, boom, magnetically. This is really premium. Folks, I'm really shocked on how premium this is. And at this price point, this might be a steal. So far, just build quality alone looks fantastic. Let's see the useless test of the day. Wow, that is nice. Beautiful hinge on there, wow. All right, so let's take a look at it here. This is really nice. And oh, this is gonna have an edge-to-edge keyboard. You've already sold me, Lenovo. So Magic Bay connector up there, okay. We know the function shortcuts. Power connector on the left there for the, I guess we'll take a look at everything. IR camera, touchscreen, haptic touchpad. So this is a haptic touchpad. Apparently this is a haptic. Now, I don't know if this is the one with a haptic because this doesn't feel like a haptic because things are moving here. So I don't know if this is haptic. I know it's offered with a haptic, so I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a little asterisk. This feature is a market not available on all models. So just keep that in mind. So I think this is the regular one, but it is offered. I think when you go for the Core Ultra 9. This is pretty impressive here, I gotta tell you. So that is what we get there. Wow, take a look at this. This is an edge-to-edge keyboard. And I gotta tell you, this goes far back as you see here. So let's show you, this goes as far back as you see here. So like a traditional 13.5 inch, 3:2 aspect ratio. It does look fantastic. I am super impressed with this. Wow. This is probably one of the nicest looking laptops so far in 2024. I'm serious. That's how good this looks. I mean, take a look at that. Wow. 3:2 aspect ratio. All right, let's get a look at the ports here, and then we'll get a look at everything all set up with it. So let's start off on the left side where you get your USB Type-C Thunderbolt 4, and then you get a 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone combo jack. And then on the right side, you get another Thunderbolt 4, the kill switch for the webcam, and a third Thunderbolt 4 port. So pretty interesting. No SD card reader, no HDMI, no USB-A, obviously. This is a super thin and light laptop, so I'm not expecting that. Here you can see the keyboard layout for those that want to get a closer look at it. It is absolutely gorgeous. I am stunned by how good this looks. Kudos to Lenovo for doing this. All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to put the Magic Bay here. Boom. This is what it looks like with the Magic Bay light over here. So if you're going to do video conferencing, need a little bit better lighting, this is going to enable you to do that. You can see it there. Very, very nice. And I love the 3:2 aspect ratio, William. I agree. I think for this screen size and for portability, and I think for getting work done, remember 3:2 is a little bit taller, so you'll get more work done. And I love this Magic Bay. This is right now, you've sold me on this, Lenovo. You've sold me on this. Very beautiful, right, Joanne? I agree. Harvest Singh says, fantastic looking laptop. I agree. Yeah, this has got the magnetic Magic Bay. Magic Bay. Lenovo is cooking with this laptop. I got to tell you, we haven't even like turned it on, and I am super impressed. All right, let's get a measurement of the weight, and then we'll start turning these laptops on. So let's bring out our scale. Okay. Get that to 0. So it's in kilograms. And that is 1.241 kilograms. And that would be 2 pounds, 11.8 ounces. With the charger, again, it's pretty compact. 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 2 ounces. 3 pounds, 2 ounces, that is correct. And then for kilograms, travel weight, 1.418 kilograms. With the Magic Bay Light, 1.47 kilograms, or 1.474 kilograms. And that would be 3 pounds, 4 ounces on the dot. So pretty interesting, very portable, thin and light, ultra portable. That's the way we like it. Of course, that is looking good. Weight-wise, premium quality on the build. So far, it looks fantastic. All right, let's keep this one over here. Let's bring out the IdeaPad Pro, and let's get these up and running. Now, I'm going to plug in the Pro, the IdeaPad. I already have a 170 watt adapter, so let me plug that in. Okay, let's plug it into the port over here. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, let's put that over here. And then let's plug this into my dock here, into that port over here. So there we go. Okay, let's move this. Let's move these things over here. All right, so IdeaPad Pro on the right, and you have the ThinkBook on the left. Let's turn on the ThinkBook. There's the power button there. This one's already on. Pretty gorgeous display, I gotta tell you, 120 hertz OLED. Now this, I think, is a 2.8K IPS display. Okay, 3:2 aspect ratio. It is a touchscreen. It has Windows Hello. Let me increase the brightness. Oh, that is gorgeous. So you can see it here. This is the display, and I'm gonna have to focus it. Hold on. That should be better. So this is very glossy. I gotta tell you that right off the bat. It's very glossy, but it is pretty gorgeous. Touchscreen display. That looks nice. Now, let me see here. We go to the display settings here. I love this 3:2 aspect ratio. 2880 by 1920, advanced display. So right now it's 60 hertz, but there is an option here, and you can see it. Oh, hold on, let me plug that in. Give me a second here. It's not gonna stay black for long. It's gonna show up in any second now. So don't think that there's a problem here. Well, let me put it on here for now, and then go back over here. Okay, hold on. Should have come on. Let's see. Could be that the driver has to download. Anyway, just let me show you here. So so right now you can go between 60 and 120. Now it should be there. There it goes. Okay, finally. All right, 60, and then there's 120, and then there's dynamic. Let's put it on 120. So right now this is going to be the smoothest scrolling, all that stuff, the most fluid experience. And I'm going to change the it's 250% scaling. I think that's a little high. I'm going to go to 200%. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, it's kind of, this window scaling is a little off sometimes. All right, so that is this display. This one, let me make sure that this is plugged in. Looks like it's plugged in. All right, now I'm going to put it on me. I'm going to connect these to my network. Just give me a second here. Do this one first. Little shallow on the key travel, not surprising on this ultra light, ultra portable, but it does have the smile shaped keys. And then let's put this one onto the network. Okay, that one's connecting up right now. As we have, let's see, 72 of you. We only have 35 likes, so I'm not sure if this is resonating with you. Apparently not. Doesn't seem like you guys like this, apparently, so I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to have to reevaluate things eventually and see what's working, what's not working, because for 35 likes, that's not good. All right, so let's get these. These are already connected up. So I want to download from the internet here. We're going to do Geekbench, and then we're going to do both of these. So let's continue without that. Confirm and start browsing. And let me go here. And again, the keyboard's pretty good. A little bit on the shallow side. So we'll see. Geekbench 6, and then on this one, I'll do the same. This is gorgeous, by the way. Oh, there's McAfee. That's one thing we're going to have to get rid of. A lot of freaking pop-ups. All right. All right, so let's go to the Lenovo Vantage app. Let me download this first. I think they've improved the Lenovo Vantage app. Improved it. All right, so this one, let's go here. Let's go to device settings, power. This is a little blown out. Very bright, by the way. And okay, so we have adaptive mode, battery saver, and performance. Let's put it into performance. Okay. Yeah, so this one does have the option for a force pad, but we're not getting it on this particular model. And we'll look at the specs in a moment on this particular one that they sent over. Let me go here and change this to power and sleep settings and best performance. That's good, it's already there. So we're already on the performance mode there. And then on this one, let me show you what I'm doing. This is the ThinkBook. And let's go to my device, power. And this one, power and performance. Right now it's on intelligent. We're going to put it on extreme performance. And on this one, we're going to put it into the Windows settings in the power mode. Sometimes you have to restart this, so we'll see if we're going to have to do that. This one's already ready to go on this one. You can see on this one. So let me run Geekbench on this one, so we'll have that. We may have to restart this one because sometimes in the first boot you have to restart it for the power settings, power management. All right, so let's close that. Let's load this in. Let's restart this one. Very responsive touchscreen. All right, and then let's go to our downloads on this one. Multitasking here, folks. Multitasking. And while we're here, let me take a look at the NVIDIA control panel. I want to see the 4050 on this one. So, okay. So on this one, I just hit it by accident. Hold on, NVIDIA. Trying to multitask here, folks. Just bear with me. Well, that's going to load in. All right. So let's go to the system information. All right. And according to this, 90 watts power given to that 4050. So 90 watts. And then the other thing I want to check out here, let's go to the system specs here. And this is running the Core Ultra 9 185H. Again, link to Costco, not affiliated, by the way. Link to Costco in the description below, $14.99. I think this is going to be one of the steals of 2024. Don't sleep on this one is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's run this one. Let's go to the, let's get that set up here. Agree, next, install that. Let's go to the power settings on this one now that it's rebooted. Best performance. So I think we're good on this one. Let's run this. Okay, this is going to run Geekbench, hopefully. All right, let's run this one. This has 32 gigabytes of RAM, for those wondering. The haptic option wasn't available for the US and Canadian markets when it first released. Maybe that's why. Again, I don't know. I know it's an option. Obviously, the specs say that, so would have been nice to get one with it, but this is working fine. I'm using it right now. Everything's working fine. So I'm not complaining, although I would like to see a haptic engine on that. That would be great. Let's finish that. This is already running. I think he's ignoring me. Someone else let him know he's on the wrong mic. Oh, great. Again, I did it, folks. I did the wrong mic. This is not the first time. Thank you, One Bad Van. Whether you probably could still hear me. Thanks. Thank you. Sorry about that. You know, look, I'm trying to multitask here. I'm trying to get this done. All right. Although this mic should be fine. It should be fine. It's okay. It's all right. I need a producer here. I need somebody. Be aware, according to William, that Costco periodically runs sales on their laptops, and it's possible you might be able to get this on sale for a few $100s less. Yeah, that's a good point. I like Costco's pricing. Sometimes you can get some really great deals. Let me change the settings here. Hold on, power sleep settings, because this is going to start timing out. Okay, don't do what I'm doing. Don't ever put it on never, but I'm doing it just for purposes of this live stream. Because you don't want a static image on an OLED too long. Although I never had any problem with it. Yeah, I'm glad to see it here, Jeff's flight group. Alex, right? I think you said it was Alex. All right. So this one, let's get this. So let's go to Geekbench. Let's get that in. Oh, we already had that. Let's ignore. I think we already have this. Yeah. All right, so let's go later. So this one is the Core Ultra 5 125H. Now, before I begin to run this, I want to go to the device manager here. I want to see something. The display adapter here, Arc Graphics. So they can put, okay, so I wasn't sure about this. So this does have Arc Graphics, which, interestingly enough, because it's an H series, the U series doesn't get it. All right, now I remember that correct. This is correct. So the H series, the Core Ultra 5 125H, has no problem getting Arc Graphics. It's where you have the U series where they're giving you more or less the Iris Xe. It's got Intel Arc Graphics. That is correct. OLED has come a long way. I agree, One Bad Van. And it is Alex. I was right. All right. We have 52 of you watching. All right. Not a huge turnout. You know, sometimes you never know what's going to hit or miss. So, but it's still good. It's still a good turnout. And then we'll look at the Magic Bay in a little bit. I'm pretty interested in that Magic Bay light. When we check out the camera, I'm going to put that light on, and then we're going to see how that's going to work. But right now, let's get our initial benchmark. As we have 46 likes and we have 59 watching. So just do me a favor, hit that like button. What do you think of the IdeaPad so far? Well, Alex, I got to tell you, this Pro IdeaPad is looking pretty good. Pretty good. For $1,500, and again, we're just running the first benchmark, but for $1,500, I think it's going to be a steal. RTX 4050, 90 watts power there. Add another 45 watts for the CPU, right? So what is that? 90 and 45, what is that, 135? Anyway, there you go. What do you think of so that's been good so far. And this is pretty much what we'd expect on a Core Ultra 9. Again, I have to run all the updates. 13,720 multi-core, 2499. I suspect that's going to go over 14,000 when I get everything all up and running. This should be around this area. Anyway, let me take a screenshot. Okay, I got the screenshot. We'll see the result on here. But in the meantime, let's measure that RTX 4050 and the OpenCL score. So let's see that. Again, 4050, 90 watts according to the control panel on the NVIDIA app over there. So 135 exactly. I guess I said that. I hope I said that. My math is terrible. It's a 7-core graphics at 2.2 gigahertz on the Ultra 5 and 8-core on the 2.35 gigahertz on the Ultra 9. Okay, thank you for that. Core Ultra Arc is a little weaker than the Ultra 7, and like One Bad Van just said, that is correct. But it's good to see we'll see. We'll get our measurement. Now, what I've been seeing is around 35,000 on the OpenCL. Once this is done, we'll get that measurement. But so far, we're doing the 4050 on this one. I know we're a little bit all over the place. We've got two different laptops, a 16-inch prosumer type laptop, again with an RTX 4050, and this one is more for portability and stuff like that, but still should get some decent performance. Good pricing compared to Apple. Yeah, I think especially both of these really are good value propositions, especially here. 80,722, okay. We got that. Let's get this score. Let's do the ARC graphics on this one. So let's minimize that, and let's change this to the ARC graphics, and let's run that one. So we'll get an idea of the full ARC graphics, and this is a Core Ultra 9. This is available in a Core Ultra 9, but we have the Core Ultra 5 125H. And what's interesting, there's no option here for a Core Ultra 7, at least here in North America. I don't know if they offer one. It's pretty interesting. It would have been nice if they had an option for Core Ultra 7H instead of the 5 or the 9. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, right, Mountain Climber? That they go with either an Ultra 5 or Ultra 9. There's no in between, right? Ultra 7 would have been a nice option, but I don't know. They have their reasons for it, I'm sure. And they could add it, right? One Bad Van, they could add it. So we'll see. So far, this one taking longer. Again, it's not going to be as powerful as this one. We'll see what this result is. Single multi-core, almost there. And again, I just plugged this in. I don't know if we have to update anything. Now, this one has 16 gigabytes of RAM. I think if you go with the Core Ultra 9, you get upgraded to the 32. And this is that faster RAM. That's the other thing I want to check out here. This is probably the fastest RAM. And this result is invalid according to this. Not sure what the deal is with that, but we got a score, 2180 and 11450. Okay, let me take a screenshot of that. I don't know why it says invalid. Could be some reason, I don't know. Now this one on the ARC graphics, pretty impressive here, 37,656 right there. Now let's look at let's minimize that. Let's go to so ARC graphics here, Core Ultra 125H is the Core Ultra 5 with the ARC graphics. By the way, it's running almost the highest speed for the LPDDR5X, 8400 megahertz, 8500 is the highest. Yeah, Yeah, we'll take a look at the settings here as far as the task manager. We'll take a look at all that. And it should have an NPU. Both of these should have an NPU in addition to having the CPU GPU combination here. You're getting the NPU. Meteor Lake obviously help for AI and all that stuff. A lot more stuff coming this year on that. Yeah, this ThinkPad, it's a ThinkBook, and it's made, what is the ThinkBook line, right? That's for small to medium businesses, freelancers. It's sort of in between something like an IdeaPad line or a yoga line and a ThinkPad line, right? I think that's the way I look at the ThinkBook. And by default, 4800 as well. And my default, so 8500 megahertz is crazy, makes my DDR5 6400 sound slow, though it is not. The very useful NPU. Almost times 2. It's crazy, yeah. I'm excited to see the battery test results. Yeah, I can't wait to test this. This, by the way, so far is absolutely stunning looking. By the way, these both have Copilot buttons, for those wondering. And, okay, so here we get an interesting look. 30,873 on these ARC graphics, Core Ultra 5, 125H, Core Ultra 9, 185H, and these are a little bit better, 37,656. But I got to tell you, even 30,000 is still probably double what we saw on Iris Xe. So impressive stuff here on this Core Ultra 5 125H laptop. So pretty good on this one. And by the way, nothing too hot. It's been pretty cool so far. But again, we haven't really pushed it all that much. Let's see, screen wobble. Not too bad on this. I'm very impressed with this. All right, now. And by the way, it's very bright also. I have to turn it down a little bit. And it is glossy, but it's not terribly glossy. All right, let's close this. So these are the scores. All right, now I want to take a look at the cameras because I want to take a look at that Magic Bay. So let's put the camera on this one first. And we'll test the speeds of the SSD, by the way. And I also want to test out I want to look at the RAM on this. All right, so this is the camera, and you can see it here. So this is full HD. There's a shutter switch, as we showed you earlier. And let's go to the settings here. And again, this is 1080p. So this is a full HD resolution. What do you think about it? Now, let's put the Magic Bay on here. So we have the Magic Bay right here. I'm going to attach it. So these are the pogo pins right there. Put it right there. Now, I forget how this works. So I forget how this is going to work. We're supposed to do something on it. Like you're supposed to tap it or something. Does anybody remember how this works? Camera looks good, by the way. How do I get the Magic Bay to work? Oh, here. Okay, so I think this is where it is. So there's like an indentation there. Okay, so let's put this on. Okay, so I tapped it. This is what it looks like. And then if I go show you here, so there are different settings. This is the higher setting. This is even higher. So let me show you what's going on. So this light is on. This is the highest one. So if I tap that, it's off. Tap it again, that's the first setting. Tap it again, second setting. And then tap it again, third setting. And let's see what it looks like. Magic. Actually, it does make a difference. This is with it on. Okay, this is with it on. Let me make sure this is full screen. And this is with it off. You know what? This is the first setting, second, third. I think it does make a difference. Right, Donkey Dong? All right, so that's the Magic Bay. Let's turn that off. Pretty cool, and this is what it looks like from behind right here. So pretty nice. Throw it in your bag, and you have an extra light if you need it. So pretty good stuff. All right, that's the camera on this one. Okay, so let's go back over here. Let me connect this up. So let me disconnect this one. And now let's look at this one. And let me go to camera. All right, so this is loading in the camera. Let's get that going. I don't know if we have to restart this or not. We may have to. And by the way, it has a physical slider. All right, let me restart it because I think this happened last time. I think with the Dell. I think didn't we have to restart it? Sometimes it does that. In the meantime, let me bring this one back here for the moment, and let me turn off this camera. Let me go to the task manager. So this is going to be running, and let me maximize this. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong thing. Hold on, give me a second. So this is the task manager. And if I go to the memory, yeah, 8400 megahertz. And you can see it here. Let me lower the brightness. That's running at 8400 megahertz. That's the fastest I've seen to date. And it is dual channel. All right, so let's put this back over here, and then let me show you this camera here. Hopefully everything will work. You're going to be in for a treat, according to Dimitri. The speakers on the 13X was a nice surprise. We're going to test that out. I heard good things about it as well. All right, so this is the camera, and let's show you what it is. This is the IdeaPad Pro 5i here for 2024. And let's go to the settings here. And we're looking at 1080p. Okay, so it's full HD. So this is going to have the AI effects. Let's see here. By the way, same thing for the 13X on that ThinkBook. Auto framing. Yeah, it looks like it's working pretty good. Eye contact, we know already that. I never use that. And then you have the background effects, standard blur. Here's the portrait blur. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good. IdeaPad. Camera looks good. So you like the cameras better on the IdeaPad. Yeah, I think this one looks pretty good. I got to tell you that. All right. So that's the camera. All right. On both of these. Put this back over here. Let's get a measurement of the SSD. So this is pretty good. Let me show you before I close this. Let me show you here. So you can see 8400 megahertz RAM. That is the fastest I've seen so far. And that's a consequence of it being soldered in. All right, let me put it over here for a second. Let me load in the benchmark, Crystal Disk Mark. Let me just go to a website and get it. Here we go, Crystal Disk Mark. Let's go to downloads. Okay, what is this shit? Here we go, download. A lot of pop-ups, a lot of garbage here. Zip, there we go. And then we go here. I want to test the speakers. That's the next thing I want to do as well. Okay, and then let's do this one. All right, let's run it on this one. Okay. So this has a 512 gigabyte. I think you can get it with one terabyte. So we'll see. So that one's running. And this one, let's run this one. This one's a terabyte. And so far, reads are looking pretty good. 6,000 on the 13X. Might be a bit before we see 12 to 15,000 speeds on a single name stock on a laptop due to the cooling requirements. Probably. I think you got a good point there. 6165 on this one. You'd like to see Linux running on this one. Okay. Good to see HDRPC here. How you doing, my friend? No problem. Yeah, I hate that autocorrect. So pretty nice little live stream here today. You got a 2-for-1 once again. Best value in town. We have 60 of you watching, 53 likes. Okay, do me a favor. You know what to do. 6170 on this one, 6002. On the reads, we'll get the writes in a moment. Which one has the least amount of reflections? I think this one has, well, they're both very glossy. I got to be honest with you. Again, I do have a lot of lights here. I think this one is a little glossier than this one, but not by much. They're both glossy. You can see it. I mean, that's pretty reflective. I will run a speaker test, Alex. Well, we'll do that next. I don't know if I'm going to do the thermals and all that today. I may just save that. Can you test the VivoBook S16 OLED Ryzen 9 variant? Yeah, if Asus sends it over, I'll do it. I already did the S14 OLED, and I did the S15 Pro. I love that VivoBook line. Don't sleep. And I was trying to say, don't sleep on the VivoBook line. I know we talk about the Zen books and all that. Don't sleep on that VivoBook line. It's a good value proposition. Is everybody looking forward to the Snapdragon X Elite laptops coming? Let me know. I know Microsoft is supposed to have their event on Monday. I know there's going to be a bunch of announcements, so just stay tuned. So they have very similar reads and writes so far. 4624, 4746. You are looking forward to it, okay? I will be at Dell Technology World. I have some meetings set up. One Bad Van is excited for the chip. My worry is how well it plays with Windows and all the programs. That's my chief concern, compatibility. What did you, Apple uses the Rosetta Stone translation thing, but I'm not sure. Supposedly they made strides here. I don't know. We'll find out. Asus has an event on Monday. And by the way, I am going to Computex. I will be visiting with Acer, among other companies, so stay tuned. I will have some hands-on time, so make sure you are subscribed. So if anybody's in Taipei for Computex or during that time, June 3rd to June 7th, let me know. I'll be around. My first time in Asia, or that part of Asia. Waiting for Windows on ARM second or third trial ready. I've been waiting. I've given it every shot since the first, remember the ACX Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. I wanted it to work. There was just too many compatibility issues for the most part. Rosetta is miles ahead versus Microsoft, but hopefully they've made some big improvements. I heard they have made some improvements. Competition is always best for the consumer. Absolutely. All right, so we have our reads and writes. This is the ThinkBook, 6,000 reads, 4624 on the writes. Pretty good, pretty good. Let me take a screenshot of that. All right, and on this one, 6170 and 4746. Took my screenshot of that. All right, let's, why don't we do a sound test? Okay, let's do the sound next because this supposedly has some really good speakers. Let me unplug this one. And let me close this. All right, so I'm going to put it on me for a second. Let me load in my Epidemic sound on this one. Okay. Just bear with me for a moment. I'm just going to load in my account here. Pretty nice keyboard. A little bit on the shallow side on the 13X. Let's load this one in. Okay. Both loaded in. All right. So let's put it over here. I don't need this plugged in for now. Let me unplug it just to get that off here for now. All right. On the left is the ThinkBook 13X. On the right is the IdeaPad 5i, the Idea Pro, I should say 5i. All right. So they both have Dolby Atmos. They both have Harman Kardon. Well, this is Harman Kardon. I don't know about this one. Let me get this ready here. This is the decibel meter to see how loud it gets. Okay. All right. So let me go to my saved music. We'll do Quite Unique. 4 speakers. I think this has 2, interestingly enough. So let me raise the volume to 100%. It's 100. Okay, we're going to start off with the 13X first, and then we'll do this one. All right. Oh, before we do that, good to see Sensel. Will you love your haptic touchpads? This haptic touchpad in 13X is not from Sensel. Well, thank you, Sensel, for letting us know that. But I'm not going to hold it against them. I'm going to give them a fair shake to Lenovo, of course. But, you know, I am a big fan of the Sensel haptic touchpad. So good to see you guys here. Keep up the good work. All right, now let's give them a listen. It's not even close. I think the 13X sounds far superior than this one. Now, let's go I should have done this earlier. I should have gone to the Dolby Atmos, Dolby Access app here. And let me see this one. So I should have made sure that they're both on the same setting. So why don't we do that? And let me go to settings here and see, right now it's on music. Let's put it on dynamic. By the way, this sounded fantastic. And then on this one, we can get rid of these pop-ups. Let's skip that. Let's go to the settings on this one. Dynamic. I like to put it on dynamic. To me, that sounds the best. That's just me, though. All right, let's listen to another song. Let me go back over here. Let me go to my saved. Let's do Gloria Tells For Your Love, my theme song. Let's do it. Again, not even close. It's definitely this one. All right, let's bring out the MacBook Pro because we eliminated this one. Not bad. Look, this is not terrible, not great. They could have done better. The Yoga Pro 9i can probably blow this one out of the way. Let me get the MacBook. All right. All right, MacBook Pro 14, M3 Max on this one. Greasy keyboard and all. Let's go back to Quite Unique here. All right, we'll start off with the 13X, and then we'll look at the MacBook Pro. So I don't know. I think the Mac does sound better, but I got to tell you, this is pretty good. Pretty good. Let's do one more. Let's, I know somebody wanted me to play Gloria Tells You're the Only One again. Let me go back to that. So for your love, which one do you want me to do? You're the Only One. Okay. And then let me set this one up. All right, well, again, we'll start with the 13X and then we'll do the MacBook Pro. MacBook Pro. Oh, I don't know. They both sound really good. Fantastic job, Lenovo. Wow. This may have a little bit more bass. That might be, but again, we're talking a very minor that this is better, very small increment, I think. This, I got to tell you, Lenovo, whatever you did on this laptop for the sound, kudos to you. Kudos to you. And this is the applause you're going to get. Mac still sounds better, although the ThinkBook is more than not bad. It's actually really good for a thin and light laptop. Now, let's bring out, let me close this, and let me bring out the Yoga Pro 9i. I'm just curious, because that was really good too. Now, the IdeaPad Pro, it was okay. It was okay. Not even close to the Yoga Pro 9i. But again, different category, you know. Let me load it in. Let me put it on me. Okay, give me a second. All right, so on the left is the 13X from the ThinkBook line, and this is the Yoga Pro 9i. Let's do that same track. You're the Only One for Me. All right, let's make sure the volume is already up. I already have it on dynamic already on this one. All right, so okay, let's start off with the 13X first, and then we'll do the Yoga Pro 9i. Yoga Pro 9i. I can't get over how good the Yoga Pro 9i is. I mean, just in general, probably one of the best, if not the best sounding laptop I've ever heard. And that's saying a lot because MacBook Pros are good. I don't have the 16-inch MacBook Pro here, but this one, as far as Windows, to me, is the best. Now, I got to tell you, whatever they did on this ThinkBook here, the magic they put in this, put in other laptops, this thing is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Both blew me away. Oh, the Yoga Pro 9i is better than the IdeaPad Pro. One, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Wow, I got to tell you, I'm impressed. I am impressed with this laptop. Both, by the way, the Yoga Pro 9i is probably in the running for a laptop of the year. It's that good. This thing is pretty amazing. Now, it's not hot or anything. I don't know if we're going to do much more today. We'll see. Normally, we'll open them up. Normally, we'll test the thermals and all that. But I could tell you, the fans are not loud on this at all. I mean, I don't even know. Does it even have a fan? I think it does. Did I even hear the fan? All right, we got to load in a benchmark. Let me plug it in. I just got to work these fans a little bit. If there is, I mean, I don't think it's silent. Shouldn't be. So far, it's been really quiet. Let me do... Cinebench R23. Yeah, I may have to open it up. But you know how that went last time. I had a rough time. By the way, I was finally able to get it off of the 5690. That thing was on so tight. Probably the tightest I've ever seen. So let me download this. Yeah, very quiet fans. I hear a fan in here. Very quiet. Can you put a screen protector on the Ultrabook and laptops to protect the screen, especially? You can. I don't do it, though. I don't see why you couldn't. I like having it, you know, without anything on it. There's no barrier for me in the display. Shut up and take my money. I'll tell you what. I'm not disagreeing with that. This thing is pretty amazing. And look, and for the price, the quality, and the numbers look good so far. I mean, I just did one benchmark, really. Looks good so far. I just want to ramp up these fans to see how loud they get. So let me load in Cinebench. So very good. By the way, this has got to be one of the best ever. Best ever. That's how much I like that Yoga Pro 9i. All right, so I agree, Donkey Dong. This 13X this might be a dark horse for one of the laptops of the year. I mean, that's how good this has been. I mean, from the 13-inch category, thin and light, unbelievably thin and light. Yeah, I hear the fan now. I think it probably has one fan in it. Oh, and by the way, there's the shutter switch, and I just activated it. Let me turn it off there. And you could probably see here the backlight on it. So that's, I don't know if you can see it, sort of see it. Now, one thing it is, the keys could be a little darker to see the backlight. But again, I have studio lights here, so it's going to be hard for you to see. But it does work, I guess, reasonably well. I'll have to test all that. All right, so if I put in the Cinebench here, I hear the fans already going. Could be one fan. I'm assuming it is. And we'll get a measurement. So far, quiet laptop. All right, let me accept that. It's not hot. Now, let me go here, advanced. We're going to do... Let's just do a 5-minute test here, just to see, get it going a little bit. Multi-core. You asked your wife if I could trade in, you could trade in the MacBook for the 13X, didn't get a very impressed look. Now, could you imagine this with the Snapdragon X Elite? That's my, just a thought. Just a thought. Imagine they made it fanless. Imagine getting 20 plus hours of battery life on this in real world usage. Now, wouldn't that be the ideal laptop? Is the Samsung Galaxy Book 4 Pro worth buying? I didn't love it. There are great things about it, nice display, everything, but check out my review. Is it worth buying? On sale, yes. I would consider it full price. Absolutely not. So that's just me. So I think there are better keyboards out there. There are laptops with less screen wobble. I would prefer this over that. Now, of course, if you're looking for a 13.5-inch 3:2 aspect ratio display, I think it doesn't get much better than this. Would I take this over the Surface laptop with the 13.5-inch display? Absolutely. This is better to me. I like this much better. The sound on this is incredible. The display is beautiful on this. I'm super impressed with this. It is so thin and light. I may take this with me. This might go as my ultra portable laptop to take with me to Taipei, to Computex. We'll see. Because it's so thin and light, I can throw this in my bag, bring the Magic Bay light with me if I want to do maybe a live stream or do some kind of video conferencing while I'm there. Yeah. Battery life is insane on the the M2 Air. Now, my question is, if we have an ARM-based chip in this, say the Snapdragon X Elite, would you be interested in using it? Been at the hotel for 2 days, just using it browsing, and still at 72%. Wow. I think it's a lot of money, to be honest with you, on that Samsung. Yeah, I agree. This baby Lenovo is insane. Insane. This thing is insane. The price is insane. Remember Crazy Eddie's? Anybody from New York or the New York area, the tri-state area, Crazy Eddie's in the 80s? He went to prison because he did some kind of fraud, securities exchange fraud or something when they try to go public. I had the Samsung Galaxy Book 2 Pro, full of bugs. My old Asus is far better. Samsung, never again. I returned to Asus. Okay. I definitely feel the Samsung is overpriced. I agree with you, Carlos. Too much money for what you're getting. It's not, like I said in my review, it's not bad. It's a good laptop, but at that price point, I expected more. And I think we realistically expected more, reasonably expected more. Now, the configuration I want is the 13X in the $2,000 in Canada, on sale from $2,800. So it is expensive in Canada, that's for sure. Here, I think this fully loaded with a Core Ultra 9. I don't have that one. 32 gigabytes of RAM, of that very fast RAM, by the way, and a terabyte of storage, I think is $1,400 or so. Check out the link to build your own in the link below. I think you can go over to the website from Lenovo and build one. I think it's pretty good. And let's get a measurement now that this has been going. This has been pretty quiet. Wow, 37 decibels. That is low. And that's on full performance mode. That's running all the cores here. CPU performance is going full blast. 37, wow. So it is quiet. Now, it is heating up a little bit on the bottom. But you know what? We might as well do it. Let me bring it out. You know what? My thermal imaging camera, because I can't believe how quiet this is. It does feel a little warm on the bottom. I want to get a measurement there. If it doesn't act up, let's see. My phone, my S24 Ultra from Samsung Galaxy line. Okay, let that load in. Very quiet laptop. Yeah, as I suspected, about 55 over here. That's a little, oh yeah, that's hot. That's hot right here. So it's dissipating the heat here. Wow, that is really hot. 57 right here. But it's just over here. It's not by the keyboard, it's remaining cool. Oh, it does have dual fans. 1, 2. So nothing hot over here. 59 by the vent. All right, that's the thermals. All right, so my takeaway with this one particular, very quiet. It does heat up. It does heat up over here. This is pretty warm right here. But again, such a thin and light laptop, it's not surprising. It's not surprising. And the quiet fans. And look, I'll tell you what, 10,989, not a bad score considering. So you can see it here. Well, I'm not connected for whatever reason, but it's 10,989. Let me take a screenshot. So I look forward to reviewing this and the IdeaPad. I don't think we're going to do the thermals on that one yet. I'll save that for the full review on this one. This is really good too. Don't sleep on this one for the price. Maybe I'll load it in. Let's see. Let's get a listen to the fan noise. Might as well be consistent. Hold on. Let's load in Cinebench R23. I'm having fun doing this. All right. Let me load in the charger. All right. So I just want to hear the fans going on this one. So far, very impressed with this 13-inch. And it does have, now I don't see any pen support notification here. I don't think it has pen support. So the 13X Core Ultra 9 gets so hot that with the hinge design, one Canadian user had the plastic under the screen melt. I could see that getting very hot. And now I understand why they sent over the Core Ultra 5 and not the 9. I can understand now. If you're going to get this, my recommendation, get it with the Core Ultra 5, because even that got hot over here. Not overly hot to the point where it could melt, but I could see a Core Ultra 9 being an interesting choice because that might get hot. That is pretty interesting. Thank you, Dimitri, for that. The fan spins at 3,000 RPMs, not more. I'll tell you what, 37 decibels under load, I'll take that any day of the week. Super quiet. Now, the consequence of that, of course, it does heat up a little bit more than we would normally see. So it's a little bit of a give and take. So we'll load that one in. All right, we'll do a 5-minute test on this one. And let me just go to the preferences here. Let's go to 5 minutes. And then let's do advanced here, 5 minutes. We're going to run the CPU multi-core test on this one. And let's close this one for now. Again, I'm stunned on how good this looks. And now the fans are starting to come on. I got to tell you that this ThinkBook with the Snapdragon X Elite might be a winning combination. So Lenovo, if you're listening, might be something to consider. All right, so we're running the multi-core score. Now, fans are starting to ramp up. Let's get a listen. Okay, so about 51, 52, which is not the worst I've ever heard. So definitely noticeable, but nothing overly crazy. And let me bring out my camera. Let's see how hot it's getting. So far, nothing too hot here. Seems pretty cool so far. And I do expect better thermals on this. There's more headway. There's more room here to cool it down. So I'm loading in the camera. Hold on. So about 53 over here, which is where the vent is, not too surprising. But by the keyboard, nothing hot or anything like that. That's good. It's about 52 over here. So I feel it a little bit here. There's one fan here, one fan here. So pretty good. I don't think there's anything too concerning. 52 can get a little bit warm there, but I don't think it's a deal breaker or anything like that. So I would say overall, not bad. Not bad. It's definitely cooler than that one, but that's not surprising. Okay. The logic is flawed there. The bigger laptop, the louder it is. I don't know about that. Any Lenovo with Snapdragon released yet? How do I say this? We got a big week coming up ahead of us. So I would just make sure you stay tuned. Monday's a big day, my friends. Big day. That's all I'm going to say. Only Asus and Lenovo 13 and 14 for me, the best out there. I got to tell you, I am super impressed, and we'll get our result here on that multi-core in a moment. But this has been a lot of fun with this one, and I love this Magic Bay light. This thing is pretty cool, and they have other. And check out my video from CES where I go over the Magic Bay and some of the accessories with my good friend Suzanne, I should say. It got over 50,000 views, so she was demonstrating it for us. And yeah, Magic Light, and I think there was a external display, a secondary display that can come on there. I think that was a proof in concept. I don't think that's to market. I think there's other things. We saw even aromatherapy and all that stuff. There's a lot of concepts out there, but this one is definitely to market, obviously. And I think this one has a practical use of it. Obviously, there's a light there, and you can go to the different settings, of course, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. 17,000, and let me bring this down a little bit. 17,000. 766, a pretty nice result. That's a good score. So pretty good. All right, we'll get all that stuff. I will run all the benchmarks, of course. So any other questions? Let's take some of your comments and questions. What is the base price of the ThinkBook? So I saw here from the US here, looking at base price about $1,100 as configured here. 1106 is the base price. And these are the specs there. And then it can go up to a Core Ultra 9. But again, I don't know if I would recommend going to a Core Ultra 9 simply because the heat might be too much for this chassis. And based on what some other people, Dimitri said and so forth, that might be the issue. Oh, and see, it told me the Lenovo Magic Bay light has been disconnected. So it knows, it's aware, obviously it's aware that it's connected and when it's not connected. Pretty interesting. Can I upgrade the SSD to 4 terabytes? I think you can. I don't know, 4 maybe. I don't know what the most you can probably go on the Samsung. I'm not sure. You'll have to look into that. I'm not a big fan of that gun. I did not recommend that to you. Okay, so just... I want to be clear about that. All right. Well, let's see. Do we want to open this up? Let me just see what's the situation on the bottom here. Looks like it's torque screws. I'm getting the itch to open it up now. Let me turn it off. Hold on. Pretty responsive. I mean, no, I wanted to turn it off. Hold on. What am I doing? Here's the power button, by the way. Let me shut this one down. There's already some updates on that one. I couldn't help myself. I know I'm asking for trouble, but we'll see. All right, let's see what's inside this sucker. All right, some T5 Torques. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope there's nothing underneath here. Please, God, let there be no, because I don't want to ruin such a beautiful laptop. I would be surprised if it did have it. Okay, that's one. These could be, oh, they're not captive. Okay, so be careful. Let's try this one. Hopefully this will be an easy one. All right. Wow, it was super easy. Good job, Lenovo. All right. Oop, be careful. So this is connected. So this is the connector to the display. So be careful. I wasn't expecting that. So I'm not going to do more than this. Okay. So we got the two fans there, the connector to the display. Be careful with that. Hopefully I didn't do anything bad. What else do we have here? The two speakers. And the SSD is a small SSD, it looks like. 2242 maybe? Or 2230? I don't know. Somebody confirm that. Looks like the Wi-Fi card is probably somewhere underneath here somewhere. I would imagine it's soldered in. Oh, the battery's on here. Interesting. Wow. So just be careful because I almost pulled this. Looks like the connection's still good. Yeah. So, but pretty interesting here that the battery's over here and then there's some pads there. Got the two fans there. So this is what it looks like. Okay. All right. That's that. Then I think the SSD will be underneath here. And it's a smaller SSD, it looks like. In fact, let me bring on the specs here. Doesn't say, but I'm assuming that's it over here. Yeah, it's over there. It's a small one. If anybody's interested. All right, let me put this back on. Good thing I didn't pull it too hard. Hopefully everything is back in place. Snaps back in. Hopefully that didn't get disconnected. Hopefully the display will turn on. Before I put the screws in, I'm going to turn it on just to make sure, and then make sure it's good. All right, so before I put the screws back in, let's make sure everything is looking okay. The light went on, and that's a good sign, my friends. That's a very good sign. All right, we might as well open up the IdeaPad. If you're interested, keep watching. I like this a lot, folks. Interesting how the battery was on the lid, right? And a pretty nice size battery, if we can look at this again. It's a 74 watt-hour battery. I'm expecting excellent battery life out of this. So let me shut it down, or I can just close it, and then I can just start putting the screws back in. So pretty impressive stuff. This is my favorite laptop. I got to tell you, this and the Yoga Pro 9i has got to be one of my favorite laptops here for 2024. And I'm thinking of taking this to Taipei now, but we'll see. Now, I can imagine this, like I said, with Windows on ARM and a Snapdragon X Elite, with battery life being unreal, and I mean, this thing would be amazing. All right. Sorry, I'm not ignoring the chat. I'm just trying to get these screws back on, and then I'll take a look at what's going on. So what time is it? I have to get going soon because I have an appointment at 1:45. All right, so very good. A lot of suspense, right, Nadine? 11th gen, and it could be pretty well. I don't know about that. 11th gen is kind of old already. All right. So what do we have here? This is the IdeaPad Pro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hopefully there's no screws under this. I don't think there is, but you never know. Let's see what the IdeaPad Pro 5i 2024 edition has to offer. Okay, pretty long screw there. I don't know if this one's captive. Nope, they're not captive. Okay, moving right along. These are smaller, so the ones on the over here are bigger or longer. Now look at these on the front here. These are smaller also. I think these are the same size. Back ones are longer. Nine total. Okay. Hopefully this won't give any problems. Pretty easy. Nicely done, Lenovo. All right. Also metal. Good. All right. So let's see what we have. Looks like we could have had a bigger battery. Maybe we could have had a bigger battery. This is 84 watt hours. Maybe they could have gone to a bigger one. Like this. This is the Wi-Fi card that's soldered in. That's not soldered in. It's slotted in. Now, like that one, they're using a small SSD. Is that 2230 or 2242? I don't know. That's a small SSD, in physical size I'm talking. It's a terabyte of storage, and had good reads and writes. 2 fans for cooling. The RAM is soldered in. Maybe they had a little bit of room for a bigger battery, maybe, but I don't know what this is for here. It's covering something, but these are the speakers that we were listening to earlier. So I got to tell you, it looks nice inside here. Again, you could put Wi-Fi 7 if you want. Pretty nice size fans. It's not a vapor chamber, but it looks like it has pretty decent cooling on here. $1,500, I got to tell you. 4050 GPU, Core 9 Ultra, 185H. You can't go wrong. So that's that. And if you want to get a better look, you can sort of get a better look here. So that's that. All right, let's put this back on. Make sure everything snaps back in. Should go back in pretty easily. Okay. Just want you to know that Jesus Christ loves you. Okay. Good to know. Okay. Okay. So, good news when it comes to opening these up, they're not that hard. They've been pretty good, actually. Both of them, the ThinkBook and this IdeaPad Pro. Okay. Let's not bring religion into this. Let's keep Lenovo into this right now. All right, so what do we have here? So we didn't make 100 likes. That's sad. Not even 100 likes. I don't know. And I did a double unboxing. Not that I'm complaining. Hey, the fact that somebody shows up to begin with, that's pretty amazing. I'm happy for that. You know, the channel, you know, we have almost 161,000 subscribers. We're over 42 million views. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Not bad. Considering this was a hobby for me that's turned into something much more. All right. Very good. Good stuff here, Lenovo. These are some nice looking laptops, nice value propositions. Doesn't break the bank. And I got to tell you, this 13-inch is going to be my go-to, it looks like, for ultra portable. This one, I mean, now, this is not going to show a little bit of fingerprints. I'm already seeing some, but I don't think it's going to be terrible. So pretty nice. And if you want to see the difference in size here, this will give you an idea. Not that these are like comparing literally apples to oranges, but you can see how much bigger the 16-inch and how much thicker that one is on the bottom. No gardener today, although I thought I heard some grass cutting. Andrew, gonna wait for you to sell me that one used with your autograph on the lid. Well, it's not mine to give, but if I could, I would. Maybe I can ask Lenovo to do a giveaway. So we'll have to see. I enjoyed it. Thanks. Think the 9i Pro is likely the best for me based on your comments. Harry, the 9i is a fantastic laptop. Fantastic. The sound is unreal. That's how good the speakers are on that. Thank you, William. Yeah, wrong chat for religion. We don't need to talk about it. I mean, I'm all for religion, but we're talking about laptops and tech here. By the way, have considered IdeaPads that their best solution for their price. They can really be chip kind of 607 and still pretty good. Pretty well. Yeah, I agree. They're good. What I like is we're not breaking the bank. You know, I would say if this was Dell and this was the XPS line, this would be well over $2,000, close to $3,000. But we're gonna all in over $1,000 for this. There's got to be some mistake, right? There's got to be some mistake. Why is this not more expensive? Is it because of the ThinkBook line and not ThinkPad, maybe? I don't know. But premium quality, gorgeous display, 3:2 aspect ratio. I mean, what's there not to like? I don't know why that said that. I mean, honestly, this might be up there for certainly the 13-inch category. If you're considering this and a Surface laptop, and now we will see what Microsoft has to offer on the Snapdragon X Elite version of that. But so far, there's no reason to get a Surface laptop much more expensive than this. This is a better product, in my opinion. So Destination Films, what are you saying here? Let's see, Andrew, I'm sorry for asking about personal, but what's your religion, please? More people are asking about in my religion. I believe in God. How about that? I believe in God or some higher being. That's my religion. All right. We love you, AMD. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dimitri. And I agree with you. I think this is great. Now, you said the Core Ultra 9 would get too hot, right? So which one do you have? You have the Ultra 9 or you have the Ultra 5? I think you said you might have the Ultra 9. I don't know. Or you read about the Ultra 9. But again, I really like this. This is a good one so far. And again, Would I do 4K video editing on this? Not really, but I tell you what, 30,000 on the OpenCL, on the Geekbench test for the graphics on this Intel Arc graphics, pretty darn good, considering where we were with Iris Xe and so forth. A little bit better even on this one than on the 780M Radeon that I saw. Don't give them any ideas to raise the price. Yeah. No, we're perfectly happy here at Lenovo. And I kind of understand now that I'm looking at this, why they sent over this one, the Core Ultra 5 125H, as opposed to the more robust Core Ultra 9 185H. And that's because I think it's going to be the thermals. Now, super quiet, 37 decibels, and it's great. We respect Andrew. There you go. Thanks for the 2 hours orientation. You're awesome. Yeah. Wow. We're that long? Oh, this is way too long. All right. I think we're going to call it a day. I do have an appointment to get to, but I want to thank Lenovo for sending this over. I want to thank the moderators for doing such a great job. Everybody's been great today. Great contributions via the chat in terms of just, asking great questions, great commentary. I couldn't ask for a better audience every week, each week in and week out. So I want to thank you all. I'll see you next time. I will be going to Dell Technology World here in Las Vegas. A lot of new announcements, some big stuff coming. So stay tuned from the Windows side of things, from the different brands. This is going to be a big week for us here. So stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.